Hi, I'm Mary Kay Baum.
And I'm Dan Folkman.
Dan, I'm still concerned about getting fair elections and protecting our voting rights.
Mary Kay, haven't people been submitting their community of interest maps to the People's Maps Commission?
Yes, hundreds have, but we can still submit more maps to the commission.
Really? That's great.
And I have many friends who still want to post their maps.
And now they have time to do so.
Let's get the word out about that, and let's see how many more maps get submitted.
But Mary Kay, I'm hearing the state legislature is asking for maps starting in September.
Yes, and if we finish more maps now, we'll also be able to send them to the legislature in September.
Oh, I see. We finished submitting maps to the People's Maps Commission now, so they're ready for the state legislature by September.
Let's show people how to draw and submit their maps.
Okay, that's a great idea.
So go to your computer and enter the address to the People's Maps Commission. That URL is portal.wisconsin-mapping.org.
So let me go to my computer, and at the top of the screen, I'll enter the address portal.wisconsin-mapping.org, and this should take us to the portal. Let me do that. I hit return, and here we are. We're ready to go.
Thank you, Dan. We scroll down to find the blue button called Map Communities, and we click on it. Thanks, Dan. It's now open onto a large map of Wisconsin. We are going to go to the upper right-hand corner where it says drawing, and right above it is that hand, which is called a pan, and we're going to click on it, and the little hand moves with us to Wisconsin. With this, we can pan back and forth, even up and down, and we can zoom in and out. And you see how we can get to really close details with the zoom. You'll get down to streets and highways and creeks and rivers. Now, there's another way of zooming, and that is in the upper left-hand corner where you see that plus sign and a minus sign below it. And that also zooms. And there's, in that same area, I want to point out there's something called search, and that's a search bar. And if Dan puts in a place, a location into that search, this will just take us right to Ridgeway. You can practically see my house. Thank you, Dan. Now we're ready to paint. So we're going up to the upper right-hand corner, and right above drawing, you see the signs, and there is a paintbrush there. And that's what we need to do to paint on an area of the map. We will first look at that brush size. It can get quite a large brush, but we generally want the most narrow brush we can. Thank you, Dan, for getting a nice slender paintbrush for us. And then you can go to an area on the map and click on the area, and it will paint. And now if you think you did too much painting there, or you want to erase something, go back up to that eraser. That's the next one. And erase paint from a painted area. And that's what Dan's shown us how to do. There's one more tool up there that is helpful, and that is called Inspect. And you can drop down data. Any place you're hovering, painted or not, you can get data. It's fine data, usually to award, but depends on how big an area you've clicked on, and you get that information. That's demographics, basically. So now we are going to data layers. Dan, you'll have to zoom out considerably, and then up where you saw drawing, where we have been at drawing, we're moving to the right to data layers. And with data layers, we have a lot of options below there. And one of the most important ones that helps a lot of us is show county boundaries. And right away, we see the county boundaries. It's very helpful. Thank you, Dan, for that. And let's go down farther to additional boundaries. And one of the ones is municipalities. Let's go to municipalities. That would be show our townships, our villages, cities, and so forth. And probably one of the most important is school districts also. It's one of the ones that helps us determine maybe the lines of our communities of interest. The one last thing I want to show you is under additional boundaries is hidden. And sometimes you just need to get rid of those boundaries as you're working in this program. And thank you, Dan, for doing that. Now it's optional, but under drawings, we can also paint in different colors the areas of interest that together make up one community of interest. Dan, will you show us your map that shows several neighborhoods that help make up, that are areas of interest within your community of interest?
Sure, that sounds like a great idea. I'm busy drawing my map, my community of interest over here in Milwaukee. Let me zoom in. And as I zoom in, you can begin to see my community of interest show up. And I live right there in the city of Milwaukee. And it's made up of 3 areas of interest. If I drop down, you can see that one area of interest is the green color called Brewers Hill. And the blue area is called River West, and the gold area is called Harambee. Together, I'm saying here that these 3 together make up my community of interest. We've got some areas, let me do this, and important places that I've begun to identify. Over here is the Jazz Gallery. Let me zoom in a little bit closer so we can separate them out. So there's the Jazz Gallery. And I talk about what the Jazz Gallery is. It's actually been a jazz gallery, and now it's a Jazz Gallery Art Center. If I go over here, there's the River West Co-op. So the community together is, it's our co-op facility. So that's where we do our shopping and the like, and it's really, really great. Down here is Kilbourne Reservoir Park. Let me zoom even further. And this is really a historic place. This was Reservoir. This was a massive reservoir that was getting water from Lake Michigan. And the reservoir would then serve the fresh water supply for all of this area. Today, it's a park that provides a tremendous overlook to the central city, downtown Milwaukee area. It's just stunning. My wife and I, many times on our walks, we do the reservoir little trip. And a couple of more things, the Pete's Fruit Market. This is really a tremendous, it's a fairly new facility, but they provide fresh and organic fruit and vegetables, also meat and other foods. And it's a real, its mission is really to deal with the whole issue of food deserts in the central city. And so this is really a fine and proud contribution to our community.
You've done a great job, Dan. Are you ready to submit your map now?
You know, I think I am. Let's do it. You're going to show me how?
Yes, I am. We'll go up to the top right corner where there is that save bar right there. And you will click on the save bar.
All right, click.
this pop-up will come up, and it tells you that the plan has been saved, and there is a URL special code for you that you should copy to your clipboard and save it so you can show it. You can actually show what you've done to others. And then you are able to go to the bottom of that little pop-up, and it says what you need to know. Proceed to submit map. And you will click on that, and you will get a submittal form with lots of blanks to fill in.
I'm going to hit this now, and then we're going to go to that submittal form.
Well, Dan, here we are at the submission form.
Oh, wow. Okay, Mary Kate, let me do this, and you watch me. My submission title is Milwaukee Neighborhoods.
Uh-huh.
3 make 1. That's because Milwaukee Neighborhoods, 3 make 1, because I got 3 neighborhoods combined into 1.
Correct. Good.
And I'm doing a community of interest, so I got to click on community of interest.
That's right.
And now what I have is I have to enter the district URL. Mm-hmm. Then that's the one that I copied just a few minutes ago. Copy that from my records, and I'm going to paste it right here.
Very good.
There it is, and I can almost see it. So there it is. Fantastic. And I've already prepared a description for that, and so I'm going to just...
I think that's so helpful to have already written that and be able to just copy paste it in.
Absolutely. So that, now I'm going to paste it in. Copy and paste. There it is.
Yes. A few paragraphs is very nice. Very good.
And so there it is. And now they want tags. And this is so they can find it. So, oh, there's some. I'm going to just put in Milwaukee Neighborhoods.
Okay. Now the important part, and look at some of it's filled in for you already. Your salutation, Mr. You could put that in. I doubt if it's mandatory, but
I'll skip it.
Okay.
My email address, city, county, Milwaukee. Oh my God.
Good. Now there's 3 buttons at the bottom there, and when I first did mine, I thought I had to choose between them, but really the point is to check each one of those.
All right.
And now the most important part, what you're doing to help your neighborhoods, to help democracy, and to help the state of Wisconsin is to push the submit.
Okay, I'm submitting my 3 Milwaukee neighborhoods. Done.
Done.
Well, Mary Kay, fantastic. Thank you.
You will hear from the, you'll get an email that they received it. So, and that'll reinforce that also.
Fantastic.
You've done something very important, and many more people need to do this in order to assure that our communities of interest have a fair voice in our government. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, and thanks for the help, Mary Kay.
You're most welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.